Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. Today we're going to check out 6 new wrestlers that got added to the wrestling code. Let's check it out. Alright, first one we got is Perry Saturn, Mr. Moppy himself. I wasn't like a huge fan of his back in like WCW, WWE, but the whole Moppy thing was hilarious. I love how they like kidnapped Moppy and all that stuff. He was in what was that movie? Ready to Rumble, the wrestling movie. I love that movie. I know a lot of people probably don't like it, but I think it's hilarious. I think it's stupid that they made the lead actor in that, his name escapes me right now, champion in actual WCW, which would essentially hurt wrestling and hurt WCW, and one of the factors that killed WCW was doing stuff like that. So, but yeah, WCW was awesome until it wasn't. Anyway, next up, we got Dean Malenko. I think, does he still work for WWE, like in the behind the scenes and stuff? I think he's still there. I was never really like, I don't think I was really around a lot when he did his first run, so I know who he is, but I haven't seen a lot of his work, so I'm just gonna throw that out there. Everybody knows who Dean Malenko is. He's been around forever, but yeah. Now Mark Marrow, I believe he was the one who was dating Sable. I remember there was a thing that came out recently where supposedly she cheated on him with Brock Lesnar. He's like, wait, who? Brock? Oh, never mind, man. No, because yeah, Brock freaking Lesnar. But yeah, I believe, didn't he bring in Lita also? Or they teamed Lita with him also? I don't know. Mark Marrow was one of the cool guys. It's kind of a bummer he hasn't really been in a WWE game for a long time. But yeah, I think it's awesome that he's getting some love in this game. That's pretty cool. And then Stan Hansen. This guy is probably way before my time. I don't even know who this is, to be honest. But cool. Any wrestler that gets representation in a game is awesome to me, because there are so many wrestlers that get lost in the shuffle of all these indie promotions. All these, like, there are so many wrestlers throughout history that have never gotten any like validation. Like the guys that trained me. They're great wrestlers, but they stick to Portland, Oregon and indies, so nobody on the global scale knows who they are. So it kind of sucks because they're great freaking wrestlers. So it's really cool when they do stuff like this. So yeah. Shark Boy. I think it's awesome that Shark Boy's in here. I watched TNA back in the day. I'm like, when I first saw him, I'm like, who is this idiot? But he got the gimmick over. So shout outs to him. He got the Shark Boy gimmick over. Yeah, I think it's awesome that he's in here. I think it's a bummer that like WWE is always so closed off in their wrestling games. It can only be WWE. They can never do a crossover thing with any other company. I mean, 2K, WWE have enough money to get like a crossover TNA thing. Heck, they probably could have gotten an AEW thing if Tony Khan didn't hate each other's guts. They could have gotten a New Japan thing, like DLC. I don't understand like the forbidden door when it comes to the video game. I can understand in the real show that not being a thing, but why not have like Ultra, what is it? New Japan Pro Wrestling, TNA Wrestling, WoW Wrestling, OVW Wrestling. I mean, Ultra Pro Wrestling's got OVW, right? Anyway, it just baffles me that the biggest company that makes wrestling games, WWE, hasn't done this yet. I don't know, especially in like a DLC form. It's like, ugh. Next up, Super Crazy. I believe he's the last one. I'm trying to remember the group he was part of, but this guy is freaking awesome. And what's funny is that this picture they made for it, it looks like I made it. They had to like cut him out themselves. That's pretty funny. Anyway, these are 6 wrestlers that got added to the wrestling code. Sorry guys for not making a bunch of content lately. Been kind of unmotivated since the 2K24 release came out and all this other stuff happened. It's just been kind of hard to get motivated and make content. Views on the channel kind of plummeted after 2K came out. I'm just trying to come up with stuff that you guys are actually interested in, because you're obviously not interested in 2K content anymore. That typically happens when a game comes out that you've been covering. Once the game is out, people don't want to hear about it anymore. They just want to go play it. So it makes sense. But yeah, we'll be talking about the wrestling code as they drop stuff like this. We'll be talking about Ultra Pro Wrestling. They just announced a bunch of new free agent DLC. I'm trying to wait until they get them all announced, and then I'll make a video on that and giving my thoughts. We're going to cover some other games that might not be wrestling related, so keep an eye on the channel for that. I'm going to test the waters and see how those do, because they're games I'm interested in, and if you guys latch onto those, then I'll start covering them on the channel. So keep an eye on the channel. Thank you for sticking with me this long if you have, and as always, stay frosty.